Hello YouTube, my name is Michael Smigiel, and I made the film Anxiety that a lot of you seem to like. I want to thank YouTube itself for waiting until my channel had 2.3 million views before I got monetized, making sure I only got 58,000 views of monetization. A lot of channels on YouTube have an awesome introduction. Here's mine.
Oh, can you feel it? Oh, bigger than the sky.
There is quite a lot I could go over with this film, but I think I'll stick to just the 3 techniques I used to make it look like there were 2 actors in the scenes when really there was only one. One very, very lovely person who I had a great time with filming this movie.
Well, I just don't know what you want me to do. Ow. No, my foot hurt.
Okay, let's do...
No! What the f***? Can we please film? F***ing damn it. Bedroom scene 2, shot 2, take 3.
This is bedroom scene 1.
But I've been saying 2 the whole time, so. You aren't all that special, Madeline.
Oh, damn. The shotgun mic's kind of shot. You got pretty close to the shotgun mic.
What about that one you said was good? I'm not mad. I just keep doing really well, and I'm afraid that the time that you're going to get it, I'm not going to like it. Is it just you?
But before I get into techniques, allow me to first please read you some YouTube comments that people leave on this video. Remember, all of these go directly to my cell phone, just like a text message. So let's start with nice and head towards mean. I love the music. How is it called? Thanks. I don't know how it's called. I have abortion, and it's like you can't do anything because there is always something in the back of my head telling me things and can't feel with it anymore. I'm done raising the smile. You don't have to tell me twice. And that is not how it works. The first technique is the shot reverse shot. So the shot reverse shot is definitely the easiest technique I used in this film. Simply put, you just get a shot of one person, turn the camera around, and get the shot of the other person. There's a few things you can do to make sure it looks best, such as I'd recommend using the same millimeter lens, using the same f-stop, the same ISO. Keeping the camera settings as consistent as possible is going to sell the effect. And having a direct eye line. You know, if one person's looking right to left, the other person should look left to right. If one person's sitting down, the other person's standing up, the one person should be looking downward, the camera should be down, kind of looking up at one person, and then the camera should be up, looking down at the other person. You just kind of have to shoot it in the manner in which there would be 2 people, and keep things as consistent as possible. But it's a very simple technique. I'm sorry, but let's minute vacation my sad get back here. That's a big house, I could never. Like when you type that in, what did you do after that? Why did you send me that? This is really accurate. Food job. I suffer from anxiety too. My brother has anxiety. I'm sorry about your brother, but like, thanks for telling me, I guess. The second technique is the split screen. The second technique of the split screen is simple if you follow the instructions, but not as easy as the previous technique. This is a major reason why we shot the film at night, was because we knew there was so much sunlight that was going to be entering the house. It was impossible to cut these shots. If the sun was to go behind a cloud or something, it would have completely ruined the take, so we had to shoot at night for that reason. It really doesn't matter how big the room is. You would think you want the room to be as small as possible, but no, actually sometimes that's worse. The bigger the room, you can actually hide things. Sometimes these shots, such as this one right here in the living room, are actually 3 shots. Because there's no way to hide lights in these shots, it's such a wide shot, we had to literally get a plate, then get a shot of her on the right side of the room, where I'm on the left side of the room with the lights, cut that out, fade it in, do the exact opposite for the left side of the room, cut that out, fade it in, and then put all 3 on top of each other to make one shot. Now, what you have to do between the 3 shots is obviously never move the camera. Don't adjust any lighting. Don't adjust the focus. Don't do anything like that. Now, for here, the focus isn't as prevalent, but in the shot where she's in the bedroom looking in the mirror, it was actually very difficult to explain to her while we were filming why I was filming her out of focus in the background. And I'm like, well, the focus is going to be in the foreground. You have to remember, she's not there when I'm filming the background. There is only one of this person, so we're filming the front side, and then we're filming the back side. 2 shots, fade them into each other, simple. Don't move the camera. Don't adjust the focus. Don't adjust the ISO. Don't adjust the f-stop. Don't touch anything. Hit record and let it run until you're done the shot. Now, it took quite a while because she had to change makeup and everything, but we got it done. We ran into 2 issues with this technique. Both were solved, but they were different issues. The first was in the bedroom scene where she is sitting on the cabinet or something across the room from her. The reason being, I did screw up, and the lighting was adjusted between the 2 shots, and when we cut it originally, it was very harsh and noticeable, so I had to do some post-production color work to make it flow. It's still not perfect, but I don't think anyone ever noticed it but me. Here is it before, and here it is after I did some color work. The other part that we did, which I just wanted to test it because I'd never done it before, was to do a split screen and a rack focus at the same time. Quite difficult. I think we did it twice throughout the film. One where she goes in the closet to change her dress, and as you see here, we had to focus on the door and then focus to the girl's face. So we had to get the same shot twice and rack focus at the same speed, cutting it down the middle and fading it. It was easy to rack from the door to her because there was a point of focus. Much harder to rack from the door to nothing, so we had to put something there for me to focus on where the girl was going to stand. Overall, a fun technique. I've done it in quite a few music videos, and I enjoy it. People are using slime and stress balls to relieve this, but I use rocks. I squeeze them and it works. Sometimes I'll throw them and my friends will chase me to them. I love my friends. They make me feel like a better person than I actually do. But then I go to school and I'm a totally different person. I come home, I see the faces, the hallucinations, everywhere. Worrying about completely irrational things, it just ruins my life. This has been going on for some time now, and it's becoming more and more intense. These days, I see a dark, shadowy figure in my doorway at 3 a.m. I turn on the light, and it's gone. My friends say it's just a good spirit trying to help me, but I'm afraid if I say go away, it'll say no. God's got to help people like me with anxiety problems.
Stop it. Get some help.
The third and final technique is the whip pan. This final technique of the whip pan is only really done at the end of the film. We tried it 2 different ways, and they both kind of worked. One was to make it look like a natural pan, which was my personal favorite, and the other one was to make it look unnatural. And the way we made it look unnatural was by changing the millimeter and the location of the camera between shots, which made it seem more like a transition than an actual pan. But the actual whip pans are like the conversation at the end. You have to whip pan at a very specific time. And again, what you're trying to do is don't adjust anything. Don't mess with the camera. You're going to want to leave the camera in the exact same settings. You're going to want to pan the exact same way every time. You're not going to want to move your feet. You're going to want to act as if it's real. Think about all the logic of if this was a real pan, obviously your feet wouldn't move, obviously the millimeter of the lens and the focus and all that wouldn't move, everything would stay the same, and that's how you sell the effect. It took a long time though, it's very difficult, and it looks rather silly to just be flinging the camera around, especially when there's only one person there and there's really no one you're switching to. You have to have a lot of confidence in yourself to know what you're doing in post to make it work. And then it's just going frame by frame and cutting it and fading it at the proper point to make it look seamless. This is someone with schizophrenia, not anxiety. I don't know how to spell it, but read it and you'll know what it says. When you hear voices in your head, this is not anxiety at all. I have it. So to end this video, let me just ask you guys one thing. Can you please stop commenting and subscribing? All of that stuff goes directly to my phone, and I'm not sure how to turn it off. It's actually rather annoying. Can we start some sort of email chain or something where one subscriber is in charge of emailing everyone else when I post something, and we'll just have some sort of community that way so that I don't get bothered constantly with your consistent subscriptions and comments and whatnot. So it'll just make things a lot easier on me. Thank you.